Hey, what's going on, guys? Aldesha here, and today I want to talk about Wizard Magazine number 11. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first issue of Wizard I purchased when I started getting back into comics back in the early 90s. And this issue is from July 1992, and I can't believe it's been almost 27 years. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first one I bought, and I didn't remember buying this on eBay the other day. This is not the original one I bought, but I forgot that I bought this on eBay. It came in yesterday, and it came in the original plastic bag. And as far as I could tell, the bag was not tampered with or anything. But I did not find my free Spawn trading card inside, which I was kind of bummed about. But there's some cool things in here I thought I want to point out to you guys. And definitely 1992, this definitely predates any internet online presence whatsoever. So there's no websites in here. Everything's through the mail correspondence. If you want to buy something or write to the magazine or whatever it may be, it's all through the mail. And even to get catalogs from dealers and things, you have to request a catalog from the dealer themselves through the mail. So it's kind of hard to believe that anything pre-internet exists if you're young and you don't know the world before the internet. And as you could tell, 1992, Spawn and Image Comics were just blowing up all over the place. And this is a nice cover from Mr. Todd McFarlane. And it does say Spawn poster inside, and there is a Spawn poster inside. And I was just thumbing through this, and this is just the beginning, I believe, of the comic boom, the comic bubble of the early 90s and the speculator market. And I'm not going to go over every single page. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. It's close to 170 pages. So I'm just going to point out a few things. I labeled some pages here that I wanted to point out, kind of some cool stuff I thought was interesting. And there's a lot of top 10 lists and that for characters, comics, what might be big here in the future, things like that. And as I go through these, you'll see. And it's funny because it's still black and white on a lot of pages, some color, and very low resolution. There was no HD quality back in the day. And I can't believe it's been 27 years nearly. And this specific issue is heavily influenced by Image Comics and Todd McFarlane. And I was a Todd McFarlane fan back in the day. I collected Image Comics, just like a lot of other people did. But there's some cool, interesting things in here. There's an advertisement for the Chicago Comic Con back in 92 with McFarlane, Liefeld, Lee, Valentino, Silvestri, Larson, Portasio, all the guys from Image. But what I was looking at were the ticket prices. $10 per day, $25 for all 3 days. And I imagine that was the market or the price at the time. I mean, that was a fair price, I guess. But imagine trying to get into a Comic Con for $10 per day nowadays. It would just be insane. I don't even know if Chicago Comic Con is still a thing, but in 1992 it was the 17th annual. But to get inside for $10, it was just insane. And a lot of Spawn, McFarlane's early work with Marvel, things like that. A lot of references and articles and ads for comic book cards, comic cards. Because this, obviously, like I said, predates the internet where there was online anything. So kids had physical trading cards to trade, comic books to trade, things like that. Some key issues from Spider-Man that they thought back in the day. Whole Valiant 2-page ad for Valiant Comics. I don't even know if Valiant Comics are around anymore. I remember I bought a couple Magnus Robot Fighters and a couple, one or two Rise, Exo Man of War, Archer and Armstrong. I think I bought at least one issue of all these titles here, but I wasn't really a big fan. It was just I was trying to jump on the bandwagon to see if these things would go up in value, just like a lot of people did. I totally bought into it back in the day. And at one point, I just looked at my collection and thought to myself, what the hell am I doing? So I stopped collecting. It just, I don't know when it was, but just one day I kind of walked away from it. And like I said, a lot of black and white pages. It's always picks and top tens and a lot of lists to kind of get you to buy back issues and things like that of what the editors at the time wanted to promote. Like here, Wizards Top 10 Hottest Heroes and Villains. I think everybody's still pretty popular on this page. I don't know so much about Archangel or Gambit, or Sabretooth. I'd love to see a Sabretooth movie. That would be great. But still always popular. Wolverine, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider to some effect, Venom. Yeah. There's some prices in here on the price guide that are just amazing, that I wish I would have known at the time. Some fan art for the covers, things like that. But let me skip to, here's the poster that's inside. I don't know if I'll leave it in here. I'll probably take it out, put it on the wall. Nice Spawn poster right there. It's just a 2-page fold out. Might check it out, throw it on the wall somewhere. More Valiant and Image advertisements. Some more pics of what might be popular or hot at the time. So let me get to some price guides. And here's some toy figure price guides right here. And if you can kind of see, there's some Mego, old school Mego, Star Wars. And I looked at the Star Wars, 78 Star Wars, and it says these are all, it indicates that these are all minted in box. All figures out of the box are 1/4 of the price. And I think the highest price figure right here for the original 78 line, well, there's a $75 Stormtrooper, Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper, but like $25, $30, Snaggletooth, blue Snaggletooth, $60. I don't think you can find any of these figures mint and packaged for anywhere close to these prices anymore. Same way with the Return of the Jedi figures. Oh, here's some, and the Empire Strikes Back. They go up here. Yeah, they're all, the highest prices are like in the $20s and $30. So it would have been wise to grab as many vintage Star Wars back in the day as you could. More comic related sports cards, or trading cards rather. But let's skip to the price guides here. And one I thought was pretty cool was New Mutants 98 First Deadpool. It was going for $8 back in the day. I would love to have picked up a couple New Mutants 98, number 98 for $8. That would have been awesome. Let's check this out. I marked this for, what did I mark this for? Oh, the Star Wars. Marvel Star Wars. The highest price is the 35-cent cover, issue number 1, $3.75, but issue number 1 is $15, and even issue 107 is $175. Those are ridiculous prices, even for back in '92. That's ridiculous. I found a set of these at the local flea market back in the day, and the guy only wanted, they're all in a box, they're all unbagged, and I think the guy wanted like $2 or $3 an issue. I told him, hold on, I'll go to the ATM. I came back right away, no questions asked, give him as much money as he wanted, whatever he was asking. I forgot, for the whole set. And like a jackass, I sold him later on. Here's one that was pretty cool. San Diego Comic-Con 1992 edition, and I think the price right here, 4 Fabulous Days of Comics Nirvana for just $36 membership. $36 for 4 days at San Diego Comic-Con. I think that's just insane. I don't even know what it is now, but I know it's not even close to that. 4 days for $36. That's less than $10 a day. And here's some more fan art. Where actually, back in the day, like I said, you'd have to send a physical letter, and the Wizard fans would decorate envelopes and send those in, and hopefully they would get published. They would hope that they would get published in the magazine, like these 4 guys did here. So that's a quick look at the Wizard magazine number 11. I believe, like I said, this is my first Wizard magazine. I bought them all after this. Like, I totally bought into the hype back in the early 90s. Was all over collecting comics, trading cards, whatever. So I thought it was a fun look back at 27 years ago, nearly, of how comic collecting was back in the day. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back with another video soon. Later.